how to make blue corn mush. The ingredients are minimal. You will need blue corn, water, berries, and maple syrup. The corn I used to make blue corn mush had to be braided and hung up to dry. The first step was to remove the corn cob from the braid and start to shuck off the kernels. To shuck the corn, I held the cob over a bowl and used a twisting motion with my hands to loosen the kernels. It is a bit of a process, but it is also a great time to work together with family or friends and to chat and tell stories. The braided corn I was using had been stored for quite a while, so once all the husking was done, the kernels needed to be washed. I rinsed them several times with cool water. When I was satisfied that they were clean, I spread them in a single layer over a towel to let them dry until morning. It is important that the kernels are completely dry before moving to the next step. In the morning, the kernels needed to be ground up. A traditional method of grinding the corn was to use a large wooden mortar and pestle. I have tried this method before, and it was a lot of work, so I just used the blender instead. This is a very powerful blender, so I used the pulse option and watched closely to make sure I was getting the right texture. The kernels should be ground fine, but not so small as to become a powder. In this picture, you can see that they have ground up quite a bit, but they are still too chunky. This picture shows just the right amount of texture. When the blending is complete, take the desired amount and brown it in a frying pan. I used 1 cup of ground corn. Browning the corn improves the taste and helps the corn to become more digestible. It also smells amazing, almost like popcorn. It is important to stir often and watch carefully for the changing color. In this picture, we can see the brown color forming next to the pan. Once it is browned, it is time to add the water. Start off adding twice as much water as corn. Stir this gently as it cooks and the water becomes absorbed. You can continue to add more water until the mush reaches a consistency you enjoy. At this point, you can add in any sweetener you want. I used maple syrup. And like me, if you are adding in frozen berries, add them now so they can defrost. The mush is ready once you have stirred the berries in, and when they have defrosted. If you are not adding in frozen fruit, the mush is ready now. When the mush is in your bowl, you can add any other additives you want, such as nuts, seeds, and fruit. And you're done. Enjoy! This is the recipe recap. Pause the video if you wish to read it.